Real talk for real people. Tell me, I want you to listen to these two instrumentals. They are both compressed. Tell me what you hear. Tell me if you hear any difference, in quality, tonal quality or anything. So the first one. Okay, that's number one. This is the second one. So one of them is the glue compressor that comes with Ableton stock compressor, and the other one is the SSLG comp. Can you tell me, without seeing it in the comment section below, which one you think is which one? I'll wait for you to type. Welcome back to the studio, ladies and gentlemen. This is to tell you that the Krizbeatz Music Academy is currently ongoing, and you can click the link below to join the class. And I am excited to meet you so that we can talk about the things that can move you forward as a musician or as a music producer. I'll see you in class. It's about time we need to stop allowing the plugin manufacturers to coerce us, if there's any word like that, into doing something that we might not necessarily need. I said might because you can as well achieve a lot with what you already have. Let me know what your answer is. By the way, the first one that you listen to is the stock Ableton compressor, and the second one that you just heard now is the SSL comp by Waves. You can also use the G comp. I prefer even the Waves one to the Universal Audio one in terms of tonal quality. How much do you pay for the UAD one? Maybe $299 or $229, thereabout. And the one that comes in Ableton Live is free of charge. You own that, once you pay for your Ableton, you already have that. For proper reasoning, let me show you what I dialed in to the G Master Boss compressor, the first one. So in the G Master, we have this. We're getting like about -1, -2 on the main boss, on the main instrumental boss, where I summed up all my instrumentals to 2 tracks. So that's where we are getting that from. And I did the same thing because these 2 compressors are modeled after the famous G compressor on the solid state mixer. This by Cytomic have almost the same setting, because they have like different parameters, but they do the same thing. You see, I'm barely even raising this needle. Let's try to even match it. Let the needle raise more. Let's see what we can hear. If you can hear the difference, tell me in the comment section. Essentially the same thing. The Attack Infinity, the release as the lowest we can get, the ratio 10:1, So let me turn it off again. Do you understand? I'm not saying there's no difference, but is it worth $220-something? No, if you ask me. So if you have it, fine. If you don't have it, make do with what you have. So let me show you what it sounds like in context when you add it together with vocals. Let's see, let's hear the A and B when we add the vocals in there.
Another man wife, now another man, would they drive you crazy when you get the motor?
Real talk.
And if you tell you say I love you, say na bobo.
That's the glue compressor. back again to the other one. Tell me if you hear it.
Another man wife, now another man opo. Would they drive you crazy when you get the moto?
You know, so make do with what you have. The next one I want to talk about is probably one of my favorite things about modern day music, which is clipping. I have the gold clip and I also have my own clip. I said my own clip because everything's clip. I have a clip I designed for everything. You get, this is not telling you not to buy the clipper, but this is telling you that if you know, are somewhat on a budget, you shouldn't have to kill yourself trying to, do you understand, get the clipper because you heard an influencer on YouTube saying, oh yes, the clipper that he uses is this and that, and then you just rushed out to buy it without even knowing if you already have something that works for you. This is the instrumental without any clipping. Watch my needle. You see my needle is hitting, is picking up -6, you know, thereabouts, picking up -6. And the light green stuff here is how you measure your RMS. So this little one here is the peak. So take note, RMS, root mean square, and peak. The RMS is what we hear, the average volume. The peak, we can't really hear it because it's so fast, you know, but that is what prevents you from getting the maximum loudness that you want. I'll make another video on clipper and everything. If you want to see a video of clipper and how to get your songs really loud, I'm talking really loud, like -4, -5, crazy loud, then how you achieve it is by using one of these. Okay, so let me show what I have there. So what this is it's a saturator that I mapped the in and out. The drive and the drive is essentially the in and out. I mapped it to a macro so that when you are doing this, you know, you can have it, you can add in and take out at the same time, gain matching. I'll show you what it does. So let's try to clip this without losing quality, so to say. So we're -6 now. So just watch the peak. Watch the peak and watch the RMS. Watch how the peak reduces. If I do this, we're getting -6 thereabout. You see? -6. Take notes, -6. So let's clip. Of course, this has distortion, but see where we are, see. We brought the peak closer to the RMS by clipping. But now we're getting distortion, so we need to try to fix that. So we need to back away a bit to be able to fix that. Are you seeing no loss in volume? Okay, so there's still some distortion, and now is the time that you can change the algorithm to see the type of distortion that you want. The ones that I found out to work more for an Afrobeats record is the analog clip and this digital clip right here. So let's see what the digital clip sounds like. There, you know, takes care of that for you. And if you are still feeling like, you know, somehow you can still back away a bit, you know, but I feel like we're good with where we are right now. Do you get? See? We're at -6 now. We're at -6 now. We're at -10. That's 4 good dB. 4 dB is a lot in audio production. 4 dB is massive. Now let's look at the expensive version and let's compare. So we're like getting -10 here. Let's turn on good clip. Okay, the gold clip was getting -7. So let's try to get our own to also get -7. So that we can go back and forth and see which one that we like the most. And now I'm -8. Okay, yes. There we go. 7.71 thereabouts. Let's just say -7. So let's come here. Okay, so this is what this looks like. The only difference is this allows me to see in details what I'm taking out. And if that is everything I want to see, I am still able to calculate that by looking at this meter on Ableton to see, okay, how much did I add? How much did I remove? You know, the same thing here from the original, from zero to, you know, from 0 to exactly where I am in the mix. You know, the only thing is you might be able to compress a little more than the usual. So say I say compress, you might be able to clip a little more than the usual. You see? You get, so we might be able to get away with a little more, and then maybe this gold parameter that adds that enhances maybe like the top end, and then the alchemy. I'll make another video for this if you're interested in it, you know. But this is what I'm saying. We don't have to get this for us to have a good sound. Don't get me wrong. I love the plugin. As a matter of fact, that this is what I used for this song. You know, it sounds amazing. But I'm saying, is it worth spending, you know, $249 on this? You know, $249 in Nigeria now is crazy. But is it worth it? You tell me, like, let me know what you think. Would you spend this as opposed to having your own clipper that does the same thing? See? You know, see? I don't know. You tell me. We're clipping. Are we clipping? Yes, we're clipping. Is it doing the job? Yes, it's doing the job. Does it sound good? Yes, it sounds good. Okay, yes, there are some free versions that I need to mention also. If you are so crazy about clippers and you want to be able to get maximum volume, you know, this is also another good clipper that allows you to see. They have one paid version, I think Clip 3 or Clip 3 or something, but this is the free version. It does the same thing. We can use it to do the same thing. Let's mute all the other clips. Okay, so remember how we used this, how I connected my drive and output. You have something like this you can just download from their website. They should link it under this video. If it's not, just type it. You see it on Google. Yeah, so the same thing. We're clipping. Let's see the volume. Watch your RMS. The more I take it up, see? We're clipped, some distortion, but you know, and then this also has hard clip. This is hard clip. You can soften the clip up a bit so it becomes a soft clip with soft turning. So you can use that if you want to use it for something else, but for this you need hard clip. And the next one is sidechain plugins that tells you that you should buy them, and if you buy them, you'll be able to do a particular sidechaining. You know, for sound design, it's okay, you know, to get all those extra things. But I think your normal compressor sidechain would definitely do what you want it to do. Okay, in order not to open a new program, let me just explain this. So you have a kick, and then you have a bass that comes boom, 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 boom. So every time your bass comes boom, you want your stuff to duck. It's just normal side chaining. You can use that with anything. You can use your compressor to achieve that. I have videos on this. Go check out my videos on how to use compressors properly that can help you enhance, your creativity. When your creativity is now enhanced and you now feel like, okay, yes, I think this can add to what I know right now. I think it would be a good one for me to have. Yes, by all means, go for it. Okay, so the next one is limiter. I feel like if you really don't know exactly what you're doing with limiter, don't go for the more expensive ones, because the more expensive ones that you go for, the crazier, it gets. Stick with the ones like compressor. You don't have to go for this better maker mastering compressor. You don't have to. I did not master the song here. I just put this here so that it will sound well for YouTube, not necessarily because I'm making the song louder from here. So as I was saying, we have different things that we might want to look at when choosing a limiter. There's this stealth limiter by IK Multimedia. There's there's the one for ozone, and then my son I don't know if the mic can hear him, but he wants to come into the studio. By the way, this is a new studio. This is not our normal studio. We're still in building phase, so I can't really show much right now. And I'll also show you how we were able to get this studio done. The number one thing is, what are we trying to do with our limiter? So let's try to somewhat get some good level going with this, and let's compare the three. Let's see which one you think sounds the best. So let's do that. Limiters are not the only way to get competing loudness, but they get the job done. But they are not the way to get that crazily loud tracks. I'm saying, remember what I said about Clipper? Those are the juice that you need.
Another man wife, nah, another man oh. Would they drive you crazy?
You don't want your compressor to be working this much. You don't want that. You don't want that. So we're getting about -10.
Another man wife, nah, another man oh. Would they drive you crazy when you get the motor?
Real talk. Yes, about -9. Okay, if you ask me, okay. Let's try to get -9 for this without introducing any distortion. So we're able to get this with just our limiter. Not necessarily because this is how a limiter should work. A limiter should never have to work this. I will show you one of my master tracks, and I will show you how much I'm getting 3 to 4 dB of gain reduction. This one is getting almost 10 dB of gain reduction, and it's loud, -9 is okay because of the mixing structure. The gain staging in the mixing structure was able to get us there. Let's try Pro 2. So let's try to do the same. So why I might prefer this to the other one is because of this attack and release. It helps me to truly control the peaks a little more, in the mastering stage if you are doing mastering.
Another man wife, nah, another man oh. Would they drive you crazy when you get the motor?
Real talk.
And if you tell you say I love you, it's in a bobo. Yeah. Don't believe the hype, it's in a promo. Yeah. The body sort of go better. Another man wife, nah, another man oh.
So we're even able to get it louder with this one.
Another man wife, nah, another man oh. drive you crazy when you get the motor.
Real talk. So we're getting like -6 dB of gain reduction because we were able to control the attack and release how we want. And if we also still want to get more out of this, we can also still oversampling. I will still change my oversampling to maybe 8x, 16x, or 32x, depends on what I am trying to go for. But now to my own personal G. Let's see what Ableton will give us.
Another man wife, now another man oh. Would they drive you crazy when you get the motor?
Real talk.
And if you tell you say I love you, you know say na bobo. Yeah. Don't believe the hype, you know say na promo. Yeah. Tabati soroko, better. Another man wife, now another man oh. Would they drive you crazy when you get the motor?
Real talk.
And if you tell you say I love you, you know say na bobo. Yeah. Don't believe the hype, you know say na promo. Yeah. Tabati soroko, better. Yeah.
So different limiters with what they bring to the table. The stealth limiter and L2 really shines here because of the parameters that they provide. But can you get away with this one, which is the Ableton stock limiter? I will make a separate video for this Ableton stock limiter if you use Ableton. Can you get away with it? Absolutely. You can definitely get away with it and get it to sound as best. Of course, this is also a good level of mix that I'm already feeding into. It's not a quiet mix. If it was a quiet mix, and there's a lot of things that I would have done on this line to also make my limiter sound better. There's a lot of things that I would have done on my mastering channel to make my limiter sound better. But yes, there you have it. You can definitely use anything that you have to get your mix to be as loud, as bumpy as possible. Remember, we've been clipping with our clipper, the clipper that we did today. We've been clipping with it. So yes, like, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. And yes, I will also take you through the journey of the things that we have going on right now on this channel, and I will catch you in the next class. Love.